From the early 80s, we're going to jump all the way to the late 80s for this martial arts action flick that admittedly does have a solid cult following. It centers on a group of the US's top fighters who will have to overcome their differences to team up against a South Korean team in a Taekwondo tournament in 1989's The Best of the Best, starring Eric Roberts, James Earl Jones, Sally Kirkland, Chris Penn, and many others. Now, I will admit this isn't a movie I'm extremely high on. I do enjoy it as a late 80s martial arts action romp, but I certainly don't love it as much as most people do. The story, I think, is solid, it's straightforward, and it's familiar. I also think the action showcases a buffet of effective fight choreography, but to me, the casting is just a bit off. I love Eric Roberts, don't get me wrong, but he just didn't really work for me in this movie. He kind of makes the film just a bit too laughable during his most emotionally driven moments, and despite being a fine actor, he's just not the best of the best for this movie, and I don't think Chris Penn was either. That's just my opinion. I think, though, outside of the changes I would have made to the casting, that I still can easily appreciate the nostalgia that this movie delivers all these years later. I didn't really watch this movie as much growing up, but after watching it recently, I can still invest in the journey that it takes and all the threads of friendship and teamwork and competition, as much as they're beat over your head, are still more than enough to chew on between all the high adrenaline action sequences.